Hey, folks, how are you? I hope you are well. Here we are, another Toon Week here at the old, the old Seneca 2D. I deleted everything, so I had to re-import everything. So that's why we're a bit late, but I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to have a great stream today. We're going to show you the 3 new cartoons that we got going out this year. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty wild because we're changing up Toon Week this week, and how Toon Week is working is the students, instead of having a theme and a style, then they're making their own cartoons. So we're gonna look at the new team here. We're gonna say hi to them. So we're gonna bring them in. You guys want to meet them? Here we go. The new 2D stream. Say hello. Hi, new 2D stream. Hello. Say hello. Say
Hello.
hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Are we allowed to talk?
Hello.
Yeah, totally. Talk. Say hello. So we got the new crew here. They're all in their own basements and stuff. But the cool thing is this year is we get to work in person. So how's that been coming back in real life? Any thoughts about that? Is it better making cartoons in real life?
Yeah, it's cool to work with people in 3D.
This is kind of like our first year, like fully in person too, which has been really cool.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it is. It's like you're being born again, and it's a whole new kind of program too. So that's fun.
Exactly.
And you get to make cartoons, and you get to hang out with Tim in front of all of his bug screens and stuff. But that's all part of the charm. And all right, let's just jump into things. So we have 3 cartoons that you guys are making this year. They're your own cartoons, and we're going to talk about them a bit. So we have Clouded, which we're going to view first. Then we're going to watch End of the Line, and then we're going to watch Homegrown. So how was it working on, I'm just going to throw it out to everybody right now. How was it working on your own cartoons during this week and having to make a whole sequence? Because this is a sequence week this week. Was it hard? Was it challenging? Was it no problem? Any overall thoughts? Ashley's smiling. Everyone's feeling a bit awkward about it. They don't want to say the wrong thing.
It was great. I think just because we put all of our focus on the cartoon all day, 5 days a week. So I thought like it wasn't that challenging then if we didn't really have anything else to think about at the moment. I thought that was good.
So next year it should be 2 sequence week, is what you're saying?
Make it 3. Make
Whoa.
it 3 sequence week.
Whoa, there you go.
Let's get crazy.
Go for the trifecta, the hat trick.
Who knows? I think End of the Line will argue with that point, but we'll see.
And
how
it was
goes.
definitely stressful, but it was definitely that good type of stress that kind of focuses you a little bit. So.
Yeah, I think it was
fun.
nice and nice to have that kind of a stress early in the semester with your films dedicated as well, I think. But
man, I think it took off a few years off my life, but
yeah,
we'll come to that eventually.
Well, that's usually what Toon Week is slowly dying as it goes. So that's exciting about not slowly dying as well. I'm excited about that. All right, let's pull it back to just the Clouded crew. So we'll keep the Clouded crew here. The rest of you guys pop out for a little bit, and we'll come back and see you in a bit. The rest of you, if you're not in Clouded, then turn your cameras off, and then you'll pop. You'll disappear. Disappear. All right, so the Clouded crew, we have Jason is broadcasting from the darkness, which is an interesting way of doing it. But I'm going to introduce Aiden. Aiden is the director of this cartoon. Aiden, can you throw it around and introduce your team?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So my name's Aiden. I'm the director for Clouded. And yeah, I'll pass it off to Leanna.
Hey, I'm Leanna. I'm the production manager on the film Clouded. I'll pass it on to Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm the rigging lead for Clouded, and I will pass it on to Osaze.
Hi, I'm Osaze. I'm the effects lead, and I will pass it on to Jason.
Hello, I'm Jason. I am comp lead, and I will pass it on to Jordan.
Hello, I'm Jordan. What do I do again?
Introduce yourself.
I'm the storyboard lead, but I might get fired, so I might take next job as rigging lead, and I'm also the intern, and I make coffee for everyone. That's about it. Thank you.
And you might have to introduce Angeli.
Oh, hi. Okay, yes. I'll pass it on to Angela.
Hi, my name is Angeli. I'm the character design lead, and I'll pass it off to Ray.
All right. Thank you, guys. Nice job all around. All right. So you guys did a show called Clouded. Aiden, do you want to tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll go through your slides?
Yeah, sure. Basically, the idea is, and like there's a synopsis in the slide too, but it's just a fun little film that I wanted to make with these fellas. It's about this cloud girl, Wendy, and she drops her like favorite telescope down to the earth, and she has to get it back from this like stubborn little farm boy who doesn't want to give it up. So it's kind of just about like that like character versus character conflict that they go through.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm going to pull up your slides. You guys can walk us through it. I'm just going to share it up here. Okay. So walk us through and tell me when you want to switch the slides. So here's all you guys, and we'll pop to slide 2. Mm-hmm. Maybe it doesn't play here. Oh, we might not be able to hear you when slides are playing, people are saying. Maybe they can't hear anything. All right. So let's go back to you guys. If we do this and we do picture in picture, but that's that picture in picture. Maybe if I add computer audio. Let me see. Okay, one sec. One sec, folks, as we learn here. We're going to present. We're going to add some slides. But can you do that with slides? I wonder if you can't do with audio, though. All right, well, maybe people can hear me. But here is the slides and the locations. So this is a bit broken telephone in the background and some biz dev. And thank you. Well, that's not great. How can we do that better? I think maybe if we keep presenting here, so let's add you guys back. All right, so we can see now. All right, maybe if I present that in Google Slides, this is why you test. This is why you test your stuff, people. Don't look like a schlub. So I would have to share my screen with those other ones. Clouded. So if I shared here and share sound. But that is still sharing that. So I'd have to change this to another screen. Oh, this is so awkward. Okay, let's share screen, and we'll share screen of this one and audio. And now you guys talk. Can the
Hello?
folks at home hear this now? So you guys talk, and I think
Testing.
this testing would work. Testing. Can people hear?
Testing.
Can
Testing.
people
Hello?
hear?
Hello?
And you guys keep talking. So talk about your slides, and we'll jump to where you were. You're down here, and we can watch this animation now, I think, because we're going on
Oh,
here.
perfect. Yeah. So these are all basically just little like biz dev things that we've done just to get like a general idea of like how things are going to look when it's like in the finished product. So yeah, that's just some development we've done for Wendy of her transforming into a big scary storm cloud. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And people can hear you. So there we go.
Oh, amazing.
We troubleshot and we got into it.
Yeah. Pretty quick too. You did well. Yeah, but there's Reggie. He's the other character in the short. He's kind of like a stubborn little kid, pretty hyper. And yeah, that's just the rotation and some development we've done for him. That's some more like early work stuff of the characters, some sketches, some concept art, and then the colored ones at the top. Oh, at the top corner. Those are kind of like the designs we've like landed on. Yeah. That's just some prop development, just like idea of like how we want things to look. Just more biz dev. The next few slides are going to be a lot of like the location of the film. So the film is going to take place partly in the sky, as the name kind of suggests, and also on this like pretty big plainy farm. So that's kind of some of the location development that we've done. Yeah. And that's the other location. It's where Wendy lives. She's gonna live on this like cloud boat kind of thing. So yeah, that's how that's looking.
She have a kitchen in there? She doesn't eat.
She eats clouds. It's really weird. It's like bordering on cannibalism. We're not sure how to feel about it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're fine with that.
Yeah, and this is just other like small color things. That's our color script, just kind of the general vibe of how things are going to look throughout the film. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the bulk of what we've done.
All right, perfect. And let's pull you guys over to this screen then, so then it'll be less awkward to switch between views. So thank you guys. So we're going to watch the first chunk of Clouded, then we're going to come back and talk to you guys briefly about watching that, and then we'll continue on with this wonderful journey. So here we are. We're going to watch Clouded right now, the first sequence during sequence week here at Seneca College in the 2D stream where audio is working. It's amazing. Audio's working, but I don't have the movie queued up. So that's the awkward thing now. All right, fine. All right, fine. We're going to present and we're going to find the video file. This is going peachy. Here we go. And there we are. We watched it. The first sequence from Clouded. So short and sweet. She's looking out the window. She drops her looking glass. and Reggie's going to find it, and hilarity is going to ensue. So, who did what in here? We'll just talk briefly about your roles right now. I know you went through it, but Aiden, you directed this. How is that
Mhm.
directing something in 1 week that you're looking at here?
Honestly, yeah, it was a lot of work, but the the team has been really good. We've all been pulling our weight a lot. And it's been really great working with these folks, these fellas. Yeah. I pretty much mostly looked at like storyboard, animation layout stuff, and I mean overall I think it ran pretty smoothly, a few bumps in the road, but I'm pretty happy with how it all came out.
Nothing juicy there. Everybody got along and everybody was fine.
Yeah, the whole time.
What do you think, Jordan? Do you believe with this?
Well, I almost got fired, so it was a little hot in the kitchen, as they say.
There we
No,
go.
I'm just kidding. We had a good time. We had a jolly time.
So your lead of boards is what you were doing.
So I've been told. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I did the board with Aiden, and also Saze and Luce also helped out with some parts. What else did I do? I did the opening clouds that dissipate. That took a long time. I did the poster with Jason, and I think that's it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Osaze, you're head of effects. How was that?
That was interesting. I feel like I'm learning a lot as it goes, but being able to talk to Ryan and having other like resources and other people like teachers to ask has been really helpful. Yeah, I'm other people. It's interesting to see how very similar things all move very differently. Yeah, and it was also cool to like help lead effects as other people were doing it. I've never been in a position to.
Yeah, you haven't even been taught effects yet, so to be a lead of effects is a strange thing.
Yeah, but I was also animation. I was helping a lot of people with animation as well, so that was also cool to guide people in that sense. Yeah, it's been fun. I don't think I hate it.
No, I don't hate it. Not like Leanna, who hates most things. Leanna, what'd you do during this week?
I was the production manager, so I did a lot of organizational stuff just to make sure everyone's on track. Everyone gets their things done on time, so the pipeline can move along. I also helped out with some animation and layout stuff along with Angeli, and yeah, that's pretty much all I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, that works. And production stuff is super important. I kept everything on track, and you guys got done. So good for you. Good for you, gold star. Nick, what'd you get up to?
I was the rigging lead. So all the nuts and bolts of the animation, building the character, building the props. I took care of all that stuff. And I learned a lot during the process about how to streamline the rig building process. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I was also working on the comps team as well, and working on that stuff. Yeah, so it was great.
Nice. Yeah, the rig was great. You did a good job on that, and your team thanks you indefinitely. Angeli, what'd you get up to?
I did the designs for the farmhouse and Reggie's shed. I also helped with designing Wendy and Reggie. And
Perfect. Yeah, great designs. So you're in charge of all the designs. All the designs, all the time. It's a lovely film. Aiden gave you a lot of power.
yeah.
Be careful with it. Perfect. And last, Jason, you were animating. What else did you get into up there? Comping your brains out.
Oh yeah. It was interesting being the end of a long conveyor belt of production. But while I was waiting, because most of my work was on the last day, I did help out with some of the other stuff going on. Occasionally I would do promo if I wasn't doing too much of anything, or helping out with layouts, just anything, as long as I can get some pencil mileage going. That's kind of what I was doing.
Nice. Well, congratulations, you guys. You had a nice little clip there. I'm sure the folks at home, do you want to see more? Would you like to see more? You want to come back at Christmas time and see? It's funny because at Christmas time, usually we have a Leica that we show. But now we're going to come back at Christmas time. We're going to have one sequence completely done. The Leica is going to be nicely polished by that time too. And who knows if we'll have even more stuff done on the front end of that, which means then next semester you guys will just sit back and have a relaxing time instead of going bananas like last year's. So people are saying Angeli is the designer in the world, the #1 in the world. So that's pretty something. There it is, up for the folks at home. And Tom says yes. Tom says yes. And this person says it ain't about you, Donnie. So there you go. Thank you guys. Let's give it a clap and we'll boot you out of here. And it's going to be end of the line next. So congratulations. Thank you. Let's keep things rolling along and we'll visit you again at the end. So end of the line, turn your cameras on and we'll come and visit us here. Whoa. And Mark even got his camera rolling too. What's better than that? Okay, unmute yourselves. Mark, I'm going to introduce you. You were directing, and you came up with this crazy idea. Introduce yourself, and then hand it around the line.
Hi, I'm Mark. I directed, or I'm directing this film, and I'm going to introduce Jonathan, our production manager and co-storyboard lead.
I'm Jonathan. I was production manager and co-storyboard lead, and I'm going to pass it to Alex, our co-rigging lead.
I'm Alex. I'm the co-rigging lead. I did rigs, and I'm going to pass it on to our comp lead, Kelvin.
I'm Kelvin. I'm the comp lead. I did props. I comped the thing. And I'll just pass on to Anthony, our animation lead.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm the animator lead and the storyboard co-lead. And I'm gonna pass it to Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine. I'm one of the co-rigging leads, and I'm gonna pass it to Nat.
Oh, I don't think Nat's here.
Oh, Nat's here. Oh, so Nat is our character design lead. Yeah, I'm just gonna introduce them on behalf of them. Nat's not here. Man.
Nat.
Yep.
Oh, Nat. Why? I
think they're working, maybe. I'm not sure.
They're here in spirit.
Yeah.
They're here.
Okay, so let's keep this crazy ship going. So, Mark, tell us a bit about this cartoon, what it's all about. Then we're gonna jump into your slides and give you some sound too.
Yeah. So basically, I wanted to do a little bit of a horror spin on a mental condition that I have when I came up with the pitch. And so I decided I came up with the idea of having a main character who has such powerful anxiety that whenever she has an attack, it will corrupt her surroundings. And so, bless you, Alex. And so essentially what happens is this young girl named Taylor is headed onto a subway, and she loses a very important item of hers, and it triggers an anxiety attack. And it creates a sort of a monstrous figure based on the item that she loses, which is a fox pouch. And it chases her down the subway. And she must overcome, in order to overcome the monster, she has to sort of fight it off, or not fight it off, but deal with it like you would with anxiety instead of actually fighting it off. So that's something I felt very strongly about when making this film, because I think it's important, and it's a message that I'd like to get across.
Yeah, it's great. It's a story worth telling. So let's keep trucking on that. But we're gonna hear more about this very soon. Yeah, sure. I'll share the sound. I'm gonna pull this slide over, and you guys can see that all right. All right. So our story, I think we already kind of told that bit of it. But take it away, guys. This is all about you now.
Cool. So I think I'm gonna take over the slide bit.
Okay.
So yeah, like Mark said, Hen in the Line is a story of Taylor, a young woman who suffers from anxiety attacks. On her way home, she loses her fox plush, which she uses to ground herself, causing her to suffer an episode that warps the train around her and causes a mysterious figure to give chase. Will Taylor escape this entity and overcome her anxiety? Will she? We'll find out, I guess.
Not tonight.
No. So this is just our story beats and color keys. Not super talented. She did these. Just kind of playing with a very dull opening to a very high octane, high pressure, high stakes conflict area, and then a very nicely wrapped up resolution there. And that's our logo. Nat also did that as well. Super cool.
Good.
Yeah, you can go on the next one. Nice. So this is our main character, Taylor. She's Spin over there in the corner. And that's just some development there. Christine did that kind of simplified one in the bottom left. That one above it is the original, some of Nat's designs here, some of inspiration. And then we ended up coming to the final on the right side there. So very arduous and long process, but we got there.
Yeah, so nice development along the way, though.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's this guy. So this is the monster zipper mouth, we're calling him, because the plush has a zipper for his mouth, and we thought it would be a very cool design aspect, and Mark's vision was to have it be so we're following through with it, and it's coming along very nicely. Just some like initial silhouette exploration and stuff. He never used to have legs because he was a bag originally. He's not now. He's a plushie, so he has legs. Yeah, we've settled on the design on the right there for now. And then just some random stuff, passengers, just a little sneak peek of how the story's going to go at the end with the little one in the middle there. Won't give away too much. And then just some more kind of horror aspect, kind of background passenger stuff on the right there. And then Kelvin did some really nice prop designs here. Her phone is shaped like a fox. Her pouch is obviously a fox. And then her kind of medicine bottle for her anxiety meds. So yeah, she's got like the fox aesthetic running with her. So we just want to play with that. And then just some random location designs here. We got the subway itself and then the station outside. And yeah, this was all fun to put together. Christine did a great job.
John saying that Zipper Mouth is sounding like a metal band.
That would be a very, very good metal band name. I think so.
Very, very good metal band name. All right. Well, thank you for that. Great designs and great art, guys. Boop, 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 boom.
Thank you.
So we're going to jump into your clip. Now, your clip, the sync is a bit off. But that's okay. We won't judge you because you had 1 week and part of a day to comp it. So we're going to...
And 7 people.
And 7 people. And we're all very proud. But we're going to check it out. So anything else that you want to talk about the clip here? Now, this is the beginning of the cartoon. She's running for the subway. Anything else that you guys want to talk about as you're introducing it?
That's about it. I mean, watch away.
Okay.
I'll say something. I thought it was it was fun. It was extremely challenging, but it was fun. I'm proud of everyone that worked on this film because I think or this clip. Because they work extremely hard and I saw it every day. And And even though it's not, it's not what we had hoped it would be, I'm still very proud, and I thank them for everything that they did, because I really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
What about Mindy, though?
For sure. And Mindy pulling through. Oh my God. Yeah. Everybody did a great job. I'm very proud of everybody as well.
All right. Enough congratulating. Let's watch this crazy thing. Here we go.
Doors closing.
So there we go. There was the first clip. Congratulations. Yeah, I wasn't sharing. Because I play that from a separate thing, but it doesn't come back to you guys. So there you go, Kelvin. He was wondering, folks. He said, Barney, why? Yeah, so great first clip. There's some cutter issues. There's some other fun things that we'll sort out, but that's the beautiful thing of it, is this is the first kick at the can. So it looks pretty fun. So Mark, directing this, you said you're proud of everybody. What's it like directing a cartoon? Now we're in person and you're telling these people what to do, but they're all like, no, Mark, we have our own ideas, and you're trying to make a film. What's that like?
I mean, honestly, I think it's just learn as you go, because a lot of us, I mean, we're sort of doing this for the first time and we're starting to figure things out. And I think it was incredibly valuable experience, I think, this week, and allowed us to really make up some ground, I think. It's the difficult thing, I would say, about what you brought up is there's like a balancing act, I think, is you want it to be entertaining, but you also want that message to be there. So I think it's just constantly like people are coming up with fun ideas, and then it's the balancing act is trying to make sure it stays on the topic of anxiety at the same time as trying to be entertaining. So but yeah, no, it was a really fun experience, and I mean, it was stressful, not much sleep, but I wouldn't change it, you know.
Yeah, you guys took a huge step forward in your film, so awesome job on that. Jonathan, what did you do? What have you done?
What didn't we all do, Barney? Not just me. What didn't we all do? We had our hands on everything, everybody. But
yeah,
for me
you guys
specifically-
did. I think the one thing about your team too, I'll point this out, is everybody storyboarded that first sequence. Everybody, not just one lead, and then
yeah. So the way that it worked was we all had really good ideas, and then I was like, okay, how about this? We all do a board, and then we'll Frankenstein the parts of the board that we like together, and then we ended up with actually a really nice board that we liked in the end, and we obviously put in revisions and stuff. But yeah, it worked out pretty well in that aspect.
And Christina, what do you think?
Who's Christina? I'm joking. For me, I guess it was very challenging because at the beginning I don't like rigging, but then I rig one of our main character, Taylor. So I rigged the 3/4 front view, and I learned a lot, and it was actually therapeutic when I was rigging it. So yeah, it was definitely a huge learning curve, but I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kelvin, you went in, you're building some stuff, animating some stuff, building some props.
Yep, I built that one prop, the pouch, zipper milk pouch, and it was a lot more complicated than I thought, and I feel like you could like actually I think I could do a run cycle with it. Like that's how I felt that it was complex enough for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It looked good. Alex, what was your thoughts on things?
Learned my limitations of like rigging and all that and things I had, but all in all, makes me want to like go over the basics for like rigging and things like that, so I can get better at it.
All right. Back to the basics. And Anthony, animation lead.
Yeah, definitely a learning experience, I think, for everybody. Like we're learning like what our limits like of our team, sort of, what everyone's capable of. So we're gonna probably delegate better next time around, I think.
All right. Well, that's good. Overall, great kick at the can, guys. You got your sequence done to a point, and you got the rest of the year to perfect it. So congratulations. At that, I'm gonna boot you and Mark and the gang out of here. Get out of here. And we're gonna bring in Daniela and the old homegrowners. The groaners, as they're called. They're not called that. And I apologize.
Actually, the homegrownies.
The homegrownies. Wash hands, wash hands, wash hands. Welcome. So Daniela, you're the director. Who else did you bring with you on this journey today?
This absolutely spectacular cast of people that I had the pleasure to work with this week. Everybody just pulled their weight. I don't know. I could not have asked for a better group. Yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to direct everybody. Yeah, everybody was making really, really awesome stuff, and I'm really happy with what we ended up with. I'm very excited for everybody to see.
All right, who's next in your team? Introduce somebody else. Throw it around.
We got Evan. Evan's next.
Hi, I'm Evan. I was the effects lead, and I'll pass it on to Connor.
Hello, I'm Connor. I was the co-animation lead as well as helping out with storyboard. And I will pass it on to Ashley M.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I was the sound lead and I also helped with some layout stuff. I'm passing it on to Veronica.
Hi everyone, I'm Veronica. I was the storyboard lead and I also helped out with some rigging. I'd like to hand it over to Sky.
Hello, I'm Sky. I helped with, I was co-leader for animation and I helped a lot with rigging. Sorry, I'm passing it on to Ashley F.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I am the production manager and I also did prop design as well as assisted with layouts, and I will pass it on to Faiza.
Hello, my name is Faiza. I did the art direction and I was the color lead for this film. I'm not sure if Mindy is able to talk because she's in public, but she did a lot of the layout stuff with me and she was my co-layout lead. Yeah.
Is that everybody then? Yes.
Seems
Yes.
like it, yep.
It was. Okay, great. So congrats, guys. Yeah, nice little chunk of your cartoon all done. Now tell me a bit about it, and then we're going to go through your slides. So Daniela, if you want to kick off, what are we going to look at here? What kind of a crazy cartoon is this going to be?
What we're going to look at is basically a film about, parenthood, autonomy, and acceptance. It's told through this girl who lives she lives alone in like a lonely little dingy apartment. She doesn't have a lot going on for her, but a little baby radish grows in her window garden, which she raises him into adulthood, and he has a power to grow plants and stuff. So yeah, it's basically a story about her not wanting to keep him inside where it's safe, but he wants to explore the city. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Our sequence is basically a first little bit of what her life is like before this little radish, his name is Bram, comes into our life.
Okay, perfect. Let's take a look at your slides then. So we're going to cue those puppies up. I'm going to share this puppy here. We are sharing, we want to share screen 1 with some sound, and we're pulling these puppies over. And here we go. So
yeah, the film is Homegrown. That's our lovely team. Yeah, it's basically what I said. Our protagonist, her name is Shell, lives in a gloomy city and finds herself with pretty much no direction in life. And to help her find purpose, she turns to gardening, although she initially has very little success in maintaining any plants. She's kind of a serial plant murderer, but not on purpose. It just happens. And then a living baby radish magically emerges from her garden when she finds a magic seed. She stops everything to raise him from her own and sort of keep him safe from harm inside.
Beautiful.
Yeah, these are some story beats we did. These are all thumbnails that I did. A lot of them like when I was coming up with the idea. Throughout the film, we basically go through Bram's life from baby to adulthood. He turns very, very big. Yeah. And because of early design development, this is what I went in, we started the film with. I played around with like a lot of shell designs. I'm really happy with what we ended up with at the end. And then you can also see Bram, he's a radish. he's got the radish colors, and then you can see there's sort of the 3 stages of his life. It's gonna be baby, teenager, and adult.
Love it.
Yep. Some other really nice design stuff that that the team came up with when we were settling on the final shell design.
Is he going to be punk rocking at some point, or is that more for the credits?
It's on the table. It's on the table.
That's fun.
Yeah, this is the final turnaround for Shell. And we have right now we've got the final turnaround for baby Bram. Teen Bram and adult Bram are still in the works, but these are what we've got. I'm kind of doing it in order. But yeah, Shell is who you see in the sequence. It was really fun to see her come to life.
Yeah, everybody wants to see Bram, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, I can't wait till Christmas time."
You're gonna have to wait a bit, but when he shows up, it will be worth it. It will be worth it. I'm just excited as excited as you guys are. We've got some prop stuff. There's lots of little things in her apartment. It was really awesome to see all the props come together. The location design. This one, these 2 layouts were done by our lovely art director, Fiza. And this is the layout that you're gonna see in the sequence. Basically just kind of her depressed, lonely, like sort of single life.
Woohoo! Depressed and lonely. There's the kitchen. There's the sky kitchen.
Yeah, kitchen and bedroom. Some good stuff there. And some silly little color keys there. Just kind of like obviously, spoilers, but building up those little sort of like tense moments towards the climax. Yeah, just sort of exploring that.
Mm-hmm. Is it going to be that kind of oversaturated in the final, or is that more just kind of the painterly effect of doing your color keys in here?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. I do want some funky colors to go on there. It is like a tense moment,
Are you gonna have that much color bouncing back too? There's a lot of red bouncing from Bram onto Shell when she's turning, and she's got like something on her shoulder there. This one.
I think it would be really cool, especially to play with that during like the compositing.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in exploring how we can use color to to our advantage. And that's all we got.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
All right. So we're gonna kick off. We're gonna play your sequence right now. Anything else you want people, the viewers at home, the mighty 28, to know?
We put blood, sweat, and tears in this one. But we had I not speaking for everybody here, but I had a spectacular time working on this.
Yep. Your team's a happy bunch. They're not as burned out as some, but that is great. That's the show of good leadership, and also having the biggest team.
That does help.
That does help too. All right, let's kick it in. Here's your sequence. And there it was. And there it was, gone before we even knew it.
Good job, everyone.
There's a lot more where that came from.
Mhm. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. So let's just go around. Tell us a little bit about your role here now that we watched it. So, Daniela, you're saying you have a great team and it was easy to direct and it's so great. What made it so easy on this? That you had your boards pretty tight to begin with, that your designs are pretty solid on that side of it. Although it took a little while to get your rig done as well. But so tell us a bit of the juicy gossip on the backside.
The juicy gossip. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we went into, I think, with a pretty solid idea. So I think that like once we hit sequence week, there wasn't a lot of like switching things around. I would say a little bit towards the beginning, I think, finalizing those boards, but like once we figured it out, it was pretty much smooth sailing. A lot of people, like everybody everybody here just like happens to be a really fast worker too, which helped. There wasn't a lot of distractions. Yeah, I think that there was some technical stuff going on with the rigs. I can't really speak on that too much. So the animation was good. Some of it was like half hand drawn, half rigged, but it worked out in the end. What I was doing was like I did some prop designs. I did some animation for that as well. But a lot of people were pulling their weight, which made it smooth.
All right, perfect. Kale, how'd you find all this madness, this rigging madness?
It was a bit much. I learned pretty quickly how hard it is to manage a character in props because we haven't really done stuff with rigged props before. Definitely need to go back and fix some line weights and stuff. But it was so nice to be in person with everyone and just be able to go over like someone else's desk and like talk to them. And I really appreciate everyone's hard work. Like we really needed everyone's help with this.
Yep. Well, that's great. That's perfect. It's nice. It is nice walking to someone's desk and doing that. That is good. Although you guys did rely on the Discord quite a lot. Your own Discords, our Discord, every Discord, random Discords. So good on that. Ashley, F, how was
Hi.
it? Yeah.
It was definitely interesting trying to manage the team for sure. I tried to make sure everything was kind of ahead of schedule. Before we went into sequence week, I tried to make sure our layout was in a good position where we could build the environments quickly, like based on the shots that we had in the storyboard. I was just tracking everything and making sure, checking up on everyone. It was definitely stressful this morning. I was a little nervous where we were, but we pulled through at 3 o'clock and I think we did awesome. Yeah.
Now, what would you do anything different next time, tracking things or looking big picture? I mean, we're going to be using more, shot grid and that kind of stuff, but you working with the team here, any lessons that you learned?
I think just like being in more check with everyone, like making sure everyone's posting updated things constantly. I think that's probably something I want to tell my team. And like on the next meeting for sure, I think that's what we're going to discuss is really keeping up to date with each other and communicating more. Yeah.
Nice. Veronica, you were done fast and then you got out.
Well, I wouldn't say I got out. I certainly started to make my way around to different departments. But yes, we because I was storyboard lead, a lot of my heavy lifting was at the front end of things. But later on, I did move into even putting together a last minute rig this morning that we started and finished today. So it's nice because the storyboard is where we got to really benefit from everybody having a lot of ideas coming in and just really deciding how to best tell the story. And I think we really benefit from having a lot of great ideas all come together, and it was nice to see everybody stretch themselves and grow into their roles. So it's great to be part of this team.
Nice. Connor, you're doing a lot of nodding over there.
Indeed. And not nodding off. I'm nodding in agreement.
Okay. All right, fine. So you're animating, and what else did you get up to in this crazy week?
Yeah, so I was helping out kind of wherever I needed to. Most of it was in kind of just like tightening up and finishing and figuring out the storyboard and kind of the flow of the scene. And then it came to waiting and figuring out how to use the cool rigs that Kale and Lizzie created, and where they didn't work, finding some Frankenstein amalgamation of taking heads from one part, arms from another rig, and making it all work together into a great soup of a sequence.
Yeah. The audience will never know. They'll never know if
Exactly.
that's a 3/4 arm with a front
They'll
body.
never know as long as we don't tell them in a live stream. Oh, wait.
No, Mom, no, turn it off. All right. All right, you sillies. Sky, tell us something.
I really enjoyed like it being all in live. I thought that was so much easier because we were working on like everything beforehand, like before sequence, like a couple of things, and I felt kind of falling off. But once we were all in like the room, like together, we could turn around and like it was very helpful that way. So I suggest in the future we kind of plan days like that where we'd all be in the same room together. I think that'd be really helpful.
Yeah, you get that creative juices from being around everybody that are freaking out the same as you. Good stuff. Ashley is gone.
Hi.
Yeah.
So I did the sound on this.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting to kind of like play around with it. I kind of really enjoyed it, to be honest. Like it was something that I haven't really done before, and I kind of liked it. So yeah.
Any challenges? Anything that went totally wrong? If we listen to this again and be like, oh man, oh Ashley, oh.
I think there's always stuff you can tweak with stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know, definitely maybe trying to figure out. Like I know Danny was saying, there's one scene where she's walking and the footsteps are a little bit louder, and then go a little bit quieter as she's like walks off. So like also keep in mind how close is the distance from what you're hearing to the character, kind of.
Yeah, and what we're going to get into too is panning the audio too. So if a character walks from one side to another and those kinds of things, that's really nice to add, especially if you're wearing headphones and you listen to something or you're in a theater. Oh, imagine this in a theater. Connor is he can't handle this. All right, Evan.
Do those still exist? Theaters? Wow.
Yeah, the ones that didn't go bankrupt. Evan, what's your thoughts on theaters?
On theaters? Haven't been to one in a while, but on the film, I had a whole lot of fun working on this. A lot of the hand-drawn stuff you see in the film, I probably worked on it, though I do have to give credit to Danny and Connor for some of the hand-drawn bits in there. They're amazing at that. And yeah, it was a whole lot of fun, especially working in person when there were problems on like trying to send a file over. I could just go over and say, hey, yeah, this is how you fix that. And yeah, my team is very supportive as well for all the stuff that I sent in. So thank you, everybody.
Aw, Evan.
Well, it's easy to be supportive when it was so cool.
Whoa, you guys are one big hug. All right, Fiza, tell us something. Tell us something crazy.
I don't know if this is too crazy, but I had a really nice time. I felt like I was experiencing what first year is supposed to be like. It was really nice to like look over and see like a physical embodiment of people working together instead of like the past 2 years of basically working in a bunker almost. I was responsible for the art direction. I made a style guide. I designed the apartment that you saw with Mindy. And I worked on layout 1. I had to figure out how to do a parallaxing shot on my own. Well, I didn't animate it, obviously. That was someone who's good at animation, but it was my first time drawing buildings, and I think I had a pretty good time, and I think it turned out pretty okay. We had an amazing team with us. I specifically want to shout out Evan for all that hand-drawn FX. It was absolutely bonkers. I keep rewatching it. And Danny for that hand-drawn animation scene, all the rigging artists for all their amazing work. I know that it wasn't easy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next couple of months of working on this. That's all.
Right. Great. Good job. Great love fest. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to boot you guys out. We're going to bring in some grads from the last couple years to analyze the films. We might watch the films one more time to take a quick peek, and then we'll pull you guys in at the end to say a little goodbye. So you guys get out of here. Rael's going to pop in here and a few others. Let's see who made it, who can stay up this late. Ray, are you here? Ray is here. Welcome.
Hello.
Nice to have you.
Yeah.
So Riel directed Dracky Date a few years back. It's on the Seneca 2D website. Down if you pan down. It's a lovely film. Check it out if you're around. And I think Keelan said she's around, but maybe their computer is dead, huh?
Yeah, they're having some tech issues.
Oh well. So let's just go through the films then. So we watched Clouded first. What was your first thoughts on Clouded? Did you need to see that again? Did you want to scrub through it, or do you just want to give your overall feedback on what you've seen so far? It's a one sequence. It's kind of hard to gauge it, but you can talk about color and style and animation and things that are working and things that totally lost you, I suppose.
Yeah, totally sure. I joined in a little late because of some tech issues with YouTube. So I feel like I've been kind of jumping around, so I might have missed some things that maybe people have mentioned when they were doing the interviews. So I apologize if I say something and someone's already talked about it. I think for Clouded, what I have written down is that some of the cuts felt maybe a little bit too fast. There was some introduction moments where I wish that we had like a little bit more to linger on the moment to establish what was going on.
Why don't we bring in, actually, let's bring in the Clouded team too. If you're here, Clouded, turn on your cameras. We'll pop in because there's not too many people, and I think it'd be nice and cozy, and then they can hear what you're saying too, instead of in the darkness. All right, here's the Clouded team. So Ray, cuts maybe a bit too fast here and there, you're thinking?
I guess with the music, I'm sure it's like extremely like way too early for music. I was wondering if maybe the music might be like very like slow at the start, but I really did like the like note where it like sensed that something was different when the telescope fell. The scene where the telescope drops felt maybe a little bit too long in the angle that it was at. I wonder if we want to like do a closer up scene for when it's like knocked over to show that there's like a moment there, just to show that there's like something happening and focusing on that moment.
John's asking if we could play it again because it was kind of, the stream was a bit wonky. So maybe we'll play that again real quick here, and then we'll come back as well. So if you want to take a peek at the other at your screen, we'll play that. This is going out to you, John, our #1 fan. Can you play the first one again? We can. All 24 people are going to watch it. Here it goes. And we're back. Okay, so John is happy now. Everybody is happy. Everyone has seen it that missed it the first time. So Ray, continue on.
I really like the telescope wipe. I thought that was like really cool, and I like the shot of it coming in. And I wonder if a possibility of like a little bit more of an established shot. So like we had just a scene of the clouds, then we have like the cloud balloon ship, and then we have the character, just because it felt maybe a tiny bit fast with the like fast cuts. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see what happens afterwards. Hard to gauge because we don't have the rest of it, so it might pull out to a long one after that. We might show a little bit more of what the ship above the country looks like, but we'll see. Evan, what do you think? Any thoughts? Any critique on Ray's critique? No. Yes. Is anyone alive? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but Evan's not on our team.
Oh, not Evan. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I meant Aiden. I was looking at Aiden. I was saying Evan.
No, yeah, that's definitely very valid. I really appreciate the feedback, and yeah, we're obviously always looking to improve and get better, especially in these early stages. So yeah, I appreciate it.
Looking great.
All right. Well, thank you, Ray. Let's pop out these guys and we'll pop in the next crew. So come on in, end of the lines. Thank you, Clouded. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And as we do this, let's play end of the line real quick because they're only seconds long. So we'll play that. Playing it right now.
Doors closing.
What's it say on the doors? Be safe. Consiling. Is that what it says?
I don't know. I didn't do the layout. Don't ask me.
It's more of a general question.
I'm not sure. No
Okay.
idea.
All right. Ray, so end of the line. There's a bit of, pops and backgrounds and that kind of stuff, but we'll forgive him for that. Let's talk about storytelling and overall feeling about this guy.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm wondering about like I was thinking about some of the shots so far and like the framing and things like that. I found that like some of the cuts were maybe a little bit fast in some spaces, and then some others were also maybe a tiny bit long. I was wondering about there's the shot where the character is pulling out the plushie and then they're hugging the plushie. Those two shots I think look really close to each other. I wonder as well if like the whole like section where the character is pulling out the plushie then hugging the plushie can be shortened to something much like quicker of an action, like pull out automatically, kind of like oh hug, like I'm relieved, cue, maybe like a look around, but like I think you could probably condense it down a little bit like shorter, and that'll also save a lot of animation time. So I think that would maybe be something to look at. Let's see. I think there needs to be a little bit more of a connection, like a space fill in between where the character runs into the grandmother and hopping on the subway. Just I think that's where the cut I thought was a little bit quick, because the character's further away from the subway and then we cut automatically to them on the subway very quick. If there's just like a little bit of space to fill in where either like the character isn't on screen for a little bit and then goes through, or we see the character running towards the subway, just so that there's a bit more of a connection in that area. Yeah, I think those are a few of the things, but I'm excited to see what it looks like, and I commend you for doing a subway. That's going to be interesting to handle layout wise, and I'm really excited to see. I'm wondering, because we did some rigging of layouts in Jackie Date, and I'm like thinking about all the like possibilities of like rigging layouts in this film. It'd be really cool.
So what do you want to see in that terms of things? Like you want to see some 3D kind of camera moves that are panning up and down, or what are you envisioning?
Yeah, I mean, like I think if like I was thinking you could like, especially because this from what I'm understanding of this film with the horror, like it would be so cool to see lots of like really like action shots, like uncomfortable shots, things that like pull you out of just like the like straight on. And I think you could really do a lot of that with like in I don't know if this is just because I've worked in Toon Boom with a lot of rigged layouts before, but I think you could do like a lot of really cool things, like to really show like the depth of things and like the action and like the movement of the train. Like I'm thinking about trains going around corners and all these different things, and like you could really do some fun action things, I think.
Nice. Any thoughts on that? Team, Mark?
Yeah. Really, really, really cool suggestions. I didn't even know rigging layouts was a thing. So
Yeah,
that's
you can
cool.
do like fun kind of 3D camera moves. Ray did one where if they're from the top of the Ferris wheel, then it's like kind of the dolly zoom where you want to
Oh yeah.
pull back. It's basically you're moving the camera, but also zooming the camera in at the same time. And you get that weird kind of feel. It's in Jaws. They did it a bit. And Half of the Way, they did some backgrounds like that. But yeah, you can. And it's great. And why not?
Yeah,
So
might as well.
if you learned one thing today, it's that.
I mean, all the other points are great too. That's the one that I thought was, I don't know, that caught my ear the most. But yeah, no, I think, thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thank you. Into the liners, and let's get into the homegrown team. So homegrown, we'll flip it around to you guys. You shut off your cameras and you guys pop in. Kelvin, go on, get out of here, you crazy kid. All right. So homegrowns, we'll play your tune one last time, and then we'll come back. And we are back. We played it just like that. Bing, bang, boom, dead plant in a bag. So, Ray, what's your feelings on this one?
Yeah, no, the characters are so cute. I love the little plant character. I'm forgetting their name right now. But it's two things I was thinking about in regards to kind of the sequence that you have so far. I think there's one. I think the very beginning was, I think, the thing that stood out the most to me. What I was wondering about is that because there's the where it pans down, and then it goes like in, and I'm wondering if you could possibly even simplify that motion, where it, instead of like going down and then in through the window, it could be like down and you go through like you see the top of the building and then you go through and then it lands in the apartment. I'm just wondering because I as a watcher, it felt a little awkward to go down and then in at the angle that it was going right now. But yeah. And then I was wondering about the scene where they're watering the plant and then it dies and then they're sad and then they take it away. I think I was wondering about this is just an idea. I think the shot works well already. But I was wondering about the possibility of splitting it into two, where you have the first part where they water it, and then they're sad. it's dead. And then we cut to a shot that's like behind them, and then we see them taking it up. They go into screen, right? Yeah. And then to the next shot, but that's just an idea. I think the scene works well as well. So
That's great. I think looking at stuff, there's different ways that different people would direct as well. So for me, I'm like, I don't know about this shot, and other people are like, that shot's important because of that. And same thing with you. It's like, oh, maybe a back shot here or maybe that. So I think it's great because it shows that everybody's thinking and everybody has a different way of telling stories and everybody has a different way that they would shoot things with their cameras to tell the same story, which is great. But it's great because now we have, a new batch of directors here too that are telling their stories in their own unique ways, but getting that feedback from all these great people, including yourself. So thank you. Amazing. Any questions for Ray? Talking about that. Rigged backgrounds. Think about that too.
I think rig backgrounds would be very fun. I don't think our backgrounds are going to be doing a lot of moving, a lot of parallaxing, but yeah, no, that's very, very valuable feedback. I'm excited to go back into that sort of like pan down, like with the parallaxing of of the buildings. I'm excited to play around with the motion on that in the future when we reapproach it. So thank you very much for your feedback.
Nice.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ray. It was great feedback. And again, watch this, and anybody at home, but any of our alumni too, or faculty, if you watch these cartoons for the first time and you're like, oh, I want to check those out and give a little bit more feedback, then we're totally open to feedback, because the good thing about this is our first kick at the can. We got some things right, some things we could tweak. So we'll keep making them stronger, and then we're going to bring you the strongest films ever. Well, the strongest Leicas ever in the fall. So come back and watch it again. So thank you, Ray, and we'll bring back everybody else to do the final send off. So come on back, folks. Bring your cameras on. Turn your cameras on. There we are. There we are. The whole ground is here, and I'm gonna play some music, and then we'll all do some dancing, and we'll get out of here. So thank you, folks, for watching, and we'll see you all next time, right here at the old Seneca 2D stream. We're here. We're having fun. We're having audio, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you, John, for watching. We're not gonna water with water guns. That sounds dangerous, and you can put your eye out. Put your eye out, friends at home. All right. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you around. Goodbye. All right, that's it, folks. We're out. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Congratulations. Bye, guys. Yeah, have a good reading week. Bye.